Hey everybody, welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. I am back here at my daytime job, here with my tool setup, my couple boxes here that I've got, and I want to go over, this isn't like a toolbox tour, even though I've had a couple of people ask me to do that. I'll show you a couple of my top drawers here, and I've got a lot of wasted space here, the way the sockets are sitting, and so that's why we're doing the tool grid. As of right now, I'm just kind of like have them in their trays, which is really nice because you can see everything, but again, a lot of wasted space, and I feel like there's a lot of consolidation that we could be doing. Unfortunately, we are a little constrained because I've got a vehicle right here on my left, but enough room here that we should be able to record and show off what's going on. Before we get into that, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Also, make sure to check us out on Instagram, Tenza_Motorsports, where we occasionally do giveaways, and as always, leave your comments and questions down in the comment section below. All right, so this is my Milwaukee toolbox. This is the one you see at Home Depot for around 900 bucks. As you can see, those little black triangles on the corners. I talked about this in a previous video. I bought this one damaged for a couple $100 cheaper than it would have normally been. I did some repair on it, and it's been fantastic. I've owned it for about 6 months now and don't have a single complaint other than some of the drawer depths. This is a little shallow. That's a little shallow. That's a little shallow. So some of the smaller drawers are a little bit shallow, and that's one of the reasons why when I do this tool grid system, consolidating and making sure that everything fits right in this toolbox is very important. So let's go here to the top drawer. Now this top drawer is, as you can see here, getting pretty full. What I've been wanting to do with this top drawer is have all my ratchets. That's a pretty small section compared to the rest of the drawer. And so I've got a lot of things up here that are taking space, namely these, this, those, crow's feet, maybe even these guys. They're taking a lot of space in here where I could have them sit down in this drawer. But this drawer, as of this purchase here, I bought this Astro set. After that purchase there, I'm kind of out of room. And I am not one to stack tools. I don't like to dig through toolboxes. I think that's really stupid. It's one of the reasons why some of these deeper drawers, like this one here, I don't really care much for those. I know a lot of people like having that big deep drawer, but I would rather have this whole thing just be either this size or this size of drawer all the way up. But nevertheless, that's just kind of how toolboxes are built anymore. I kind of want to go over what we've got here. So I have my Kolbalt set here, which is a master tool set. This has been absolutely fantastic. I love it. You've got metric standard, shallow, deep, 6-point and 12-point on your 1/4 inch. You don't have a ton of 1/2 inch in this kit, but enough to get by for the most part, other than for some reason they thought it was a good idea to skip 16. And for those BMW owners out there, you know that 16 is one that you need to have. Underneath this is how I have this set up. So I can slide this, and there are my 3/8. This used to sit in a toolbox where it had like the handle on the top, and the top would flip open, and it had a couple drawers, and that's all these are. Is I just pulled the drawers out and put them in my toolbox. I did have to modify this one just a little bit. You can see I took some space off there to make that one fit, but you've got your 1/4, 3/8, 1/2 inch, and then some extensions. This has been a great kit. In fact, if you're able to find one of these, oftentimes they go on sale around Black Friday, Father's Day, and they're fantastic sets, and sometimes you can pick them up for around $100. So again, here's your 3/8 standard metric. You've got deep, shallow, you've got 12-point, you've got 6-point. It's a really cool set. So that's how this has been set up, and it's not a terrible waste of space over here, but I mean, these are fairly tall, and I feel like I could consolidate this a lot. Over here, we've got our 2 Quinn sets. This is the Quinn 3/8. The reason I keep these 3/8 around is because these are a lot thinner walled. Sometimes it's nice to have some options. So this Quinn set has been absolutely fantastic. It comes with a bunch of extensions, a wobbly extension here, some size adapters here, 1/2 inch to 3/8 and 1/4 to 3/8, things like that, which is really cool. Again, metric, standard, deep, and shallow. Over here, we've got the other Quinn set. I'll step over here to the other side of my box. This is a 1/2 inch Quinn set, and you get a wobble extension, extensions, deep, shallow, metric, standard. Great kit. But as you can see, I've got some of the front here filled up. Standard, Insider for my Milwaukee. I've got the metric. I have that Astro set. That's all the torque, some Allens and those weird M bits. I've got the Astro 1/4 inch, some Mac wobbly 1/4 inch sockets, and the Astro 3/8. I'll keep some of these on the rails, but all of these sockets, instead of laying down, will now be standing up. So let's go see how much room we can make by changing this just a little bit. See if we can't consolidate some of this. Okay, before we start making a huge mess up here on the top of the toolbox, I'm going to clear this off real quick. We'll go over everything that you get with your tool grid setup. By the way, this is not sponsored, it's something I purchased that aren't very expensive. Some of the options I've seen online, they were like, oh yeah, $600 a drawer or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm not paying 600 bucks to reorganize my sockets. This is less than half. So what I did was I measured the drawer, and you want to make sure that you measure from the bottom to the bottom. Don't do the top to top, because sometimes the drawers aren't perfectly absolutely square. And then the other thing was that I do have some rivets for the sliders that are poking out. So I did have to do a couple notches, but all I did was measured it. I cut about 2.5 inches off the back. I cut about 1.5 inches off of this side, and we were ready to go. So this is what the boards will look like when they're in the drawer. And then you get packs of these guys here. So this is the 1/4 inch. They come in packs of 50. There's 1/4, there's 3/8. And basically what they do is this. They just sit there like that. And you can add a screw, which I will be doing at some point. Just not today, because I need to figure out what size of screw that needs to be. And you can't put a hex screw in there. It needs to be round. So Phillips, flat blade, Torx bit, whatever you want to use. And then you'll need to measure how deep, you know, that and this together is. So once I find out what screws they are, if I buy these screws before posting this video, I might do an update so that anybody who's doing this project here can find out where and what screws, if you're curious to know. So now what I'm going to do is empty this out and get my boards in there. I do know that they fit because I did have them in there earlier, and I slid all this back together so I could record it. But I do have these fitting, and then I kind of have a rough idea of what I want to do. I'm thinking I'll put the bigger sockets in the back, so 1/2 inch, 3/8, 1/4, and then leave the front for some of these rails, because I will be leaving some of these on the rail, like I said earlier. It is nice to be able to just, you know, grab your 3/8 ratchet, grab your 3/8 sockets, these shallows here, the Astra, or whatever you're doing, and go to the car. Where, you know, this kind of stuff here, I'm not really doing that because it's not on a rail. You know, I'd take one at a time or whatever, and so that's fine to be up here. But this kind of stuff here, I'll probably leave on the rails. So I'll have a handful of rails, but mostly the sockets will be on these boards. All right, here it is. And look how little room is being taken up by this. Now, I don't have everything in here that I want. There's still a few things up here, but I am out of the 3/8 little pins here. I didn't realize that I would go through so many. I had 100 of each one, thinking, oh, I don't need that many 3/8. And not only do I need more, I need like another bag more. So I want to run all of these in there. I want to run all of these. So these are some T sockets, some M sockets. I want to run these other E sockets down in there. I've got some Astro deep swivel sockets. I've got some Icon, just shallow, normal swivel sockets for the 3/8, and maybe even some crow's feet, depending on how they fit on the pins. And none of this will fit in here because I ran out of pins. But look at how much room. Look how much more room there is in here versus before. I mean, this takes up half what it used to. And I could squeeze these together further if I wanted to, but I know I'm going to add more 1/2 inch, more 3/8, and more 1/4, so I want to have some growing room. And so let's add the other rails. Not even close to filling this whole drawer up. So yeah, I've been really happy with this. As you can see, they're very easy to work with. You don't have to screw them down, but every now and then, like right there, it came up. If you don't pull exactly straight up on them, they can come out. So I'm definitely going to get a couple hundred screws and I'll screw them down. And you don't have to crank them down, just enough to hold them in place. We're not doing anything crazy. I think the only downside will be that I'll have to probably clear this out again to put each screw in, because I don't think you'll be able to put in a screw with all these in there. And then these back ones here, it'll be hard to get a screwdriver in at an angle. So I might have to empty this, pull the board up. But once you start getting them roughly where you feel comfortable enough, you can start screwing them down, the whole process becomes a lot smoother. The only other big change I might do is I use my impact 3/8 a lot. So I might switch, I might have my standard 1/4 and 3/8 on the ends and move my impacts to the middle. So this is all up to just how it works day to day. So for right now, I'm not going to screw anything down because I need to just kind of see how I like everything, see how everything fits. If something's too close, like if it's too close to the back or something like this, you know, that looks like I might hit that. But if you just come up at just a slight of an angle, you know, but will that bother me? Do I need to move these forward? It just kind of depends on how it's going to be day to day. And I do open this drawer many times every day. I pull out hundreds of sockets a day and put sockets back away, and so it will be refined very quickly because I'll find what I do and don't like about this setup. So thanks everybody so much for watching. This is where I'm gonna end the video. I really appreciate it. I'll have the link to, well, some of this stuff down in the description. I can't link everything because the list would be like 1,000 things long, but I'll link a few things that if you're looking for some good socket sets, I'll list a few down below, and obviously the tool grid, either the website or the product. I'm not sure. I haven't really been to their store or anything like that online, so I have no idea what their online presence looks like, but I will link most of this as best I can. Thanks everybody so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bam!